Hello and welcome back to Sonny Talk Spurs, and today I've got a very special video as I'm going to be doing my Premier League and season predictions for Tottenham Hotspur. It's going to be a bit juicy, I can predict that now. Before we get into it, if you are new to the channel, go down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot planned for the new season regarding my beloved club, Tottenham Hotspur, and it'd be great for you to join me on this journey. Now, let's get into the video. Now, you may have seen some other YouTube content creators do their Premier League predictions for the whole of the Premier League. Their table predictions, their, flops of the season, top scorers, all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to do it a bit differently because obviously this is a Tottenham Hotspur channel, Sonny Talk Spurs. So we've got to do it just about Tottenham. But if you stay towards the end of the video, I will be revealing my Premier League table to you guys that I have thoroughly gone through and selected with a lot of, attributes to take into consideration. But now let's get into the first category, and that is, where are Tottenham going to finish this season? So I have ummed and ahed about our finish, and I'll be honest, it's tricky. It's tricky. A lot of people writing Tottenham off. I've seen a lot of people's predictions already, and they've got us around 10th, 9th, 8th, maybe 7th at a push. There's not a lot of expectation, people think Ange has just got to come in, maybe get us playing new football. Obviously, you've had the Harry Kane situation all summer. How will that help the club or detriment the club? A new system to implement, new players to come in. The defence is still yet to be fully sorted, but we've got some good players in James Maddison that have come in, Manoel Solomon, Micky Van de Ven. So yeah, it is a tricky one. So I'm in an ahhing. I don't think we're going to get top four. I can't see that happening. I think Manchester City are too strong. So are Arsenal. Liverpool and Man United will probably secure those spots. And then Chelsea are going to be there or thereabouts. So I have gone with, I think Tottenham are going to finish 6th. Now, weirdly enough, when you see my table at the end, I have put us 5th. But that was because I was umming and ahhing, and that was a few days ago. But I am going to go with us to be 6th. But the main reason I did put us 5th was at the expense of Zach Jalab, because I did say that Tottenham would finish higher than Chelsea, but I'm not so sure about that now. So I'm going to go with 6th because I think we've still got a good squad. And if we do keep Harry Kane, it's still a very good squad. And he can score about 30 goals in the Premier League as well. So I've got the faith that we can do well. And I'm predicting that some teams like Newcastle, Aston Villa and Brighton are going to drop off a little bit just because they're probably not used to playing Thursday, Sunday or midweek Sunday with European football. And we won't have European football. So we've got more time to, develop our style under Ange and really get going. So yeah, I'm going to go with 6th spot for Tottenham Hotspur this season. So now I've got top goal scorer. And at the time of recording, Harry Kane is still a Spurs player. And we're on the eve of the Premier League season. So the easy person to say is Kane for the top goal scorer. But I'm in an ahhing that I think Son will come back this year. I actually am hopeful that Son is going to have a bit of a remontada, you could say. But if I am to be honest, I am going to go with Harry Kane. I still think Harry Kane might be here this season. I still think he will be leading the line. He will score the most goals. You just can't take that away from him. So I will say Kane for the top goal scorer. But to cover my bum, or ass, or whatever you want to call it, I will say Son as well. He'll be 2nd, or if Kane leaves, it will be Son. So have I got out of that one? A little bit. For most assists, I haven't gone for Harry Kane because I think in this Ange role, he might not be dropping deep if he does stay. I've gone for James Maddison because I think James Maddison is the final piece to the Tottenham jigsaw puzzle. We've seen in pre-season, he's already looking creative, he's explosive, he's got good dribbling, he's got an eye for a pass, he's got a good cross the other day to get Kane's goal against Shakhtar Donetsk. So, yeah, I think he'll get the most assists. He'll be able to have so much freedom in that 8 role. I'm really looking forward to seeing James Maddison this season. And that actually goes on to my next point, which is, who do I think is going to be the player of the season? And I've put James Maddison for that as well, because I think as well, he is the signing of the season, if not one of the signings of the season. Because people say Declan Rice, but That was a massive overpayment. We got James Maddison for 40 million, and he's so highly regarded. I just think that's perfect, and I really think he's going to have a big season. I think he's the perfect player. He, as I say, final piece of the jigsaw puzzle. He is the player we've been crying out for since Christian Eriksen to play that number 10 creative role, but obviously he'll play in an 8. And yeah, I've been very excited from him in pre-season. I think he comes across great on our social platforms. He was on TalkSport recently, and he was just a breath of fresh air. He's already been highly regarded and respected by people, and he's only been at the club a month or so. So yeah, I think James Maddison will be our player of the season. Remember, that's just Tottenham's player of the season, not the player of the season in general. Tottenham's player of the season. These are all for Tottenham, not the Premier League. Remember that. Now we go on to flop of the season. Who do I think is going to struggle? Now, I bet a lot of people will be shouting Richarlison, but I've got him in another category, so it's not Richarlison. I have actually gone for Vicario. I think he's going to struggle this season. I did a video on it recently about him from the Barcelona game where I did critique him a little bit, but he did have a makeshift defence in front of him in Eric Dyer and Davinson Sanchez, which he won't have in most of the Premier League. I'm hoping it'll be Micky van de Ven and Romero. Obviously, this is going to take time for them to bed in and Micky van de Ven to get used to the Premier League. Vicario, I think there is a great goalkeeper there. Like, he has got good passing. It's just sometimes in pre-season I've seen him flap at a few efforts. I think he's going to take time to embed. I think there's a lot of pressure on goalkeepers going into this season. We've seen like the likes of Onana, Robert Sanchez, David Raya. You know, there's a lot of eyes now on goalkeepers and what they're expected to achieve with the passing out from the back and being good at shot stopping. You've got to be good at everything. You're basically like an outfield player now. But I am just concerned that he won't hit the ground running, and it will take him a few months to adapt to Ange's style and the Premier League. So I am going to put him in flop of the season but I hope that one comes back to bite me. For most improved, I am going out on a bit of a whim here. I think it's going to be Richarlison, especially if Harry Kane leaves. There'll be a lot more expectation on him, but I think he could thrive on that expectation. He has also looked good in pre-season when he's been asked to play as that lone striker. He has looked energetic. This system and style suits him better. I think he can't be much worse than last year. You know, 3 goals in all competitions, 1 in the Premier League, 2 in the Champions League. I am hopeful he can pick up his form. I think there'll be less pressure on him. He won't be forced to play in positions that he doesn't want to, like out on the wing, basically playing as a left-back at times under Antonio Conte. So yeah, I think Richarlison is going to improve. I think he will show more improvement than most players. I am quite confident. Also, I want to shout out Bissouma. I think Bissouma's on for a big season as well. He's been given the number 8 shirt. I think he'll also have quite a good season. So yeah, I was weighing up between Richarlison and Bissouma, but I'm just going to go for Richarlison because he can't be a lot worse than last year, surely. Now I've got Breakout Star. And this took a lot of deliberation, really, because how do you define a Breakout Star? Are they a new signing? Are they someone who's been at a club for a while and they haven't really got, you know, starting minutes and stuff like that? Or are they a youngster who's coming through the ranks? I've gone for Sarr because, you know, in glimpses last year, we saw him. He played a very good game, obviously, against AC Milan in midfield with Oliver Skip when we had no bodies to play there. And I thought he was very composed. But we've seen him a lot in pre-season playing in either of those 8 roles. And I think he's looked great. Like, people have compared him to the likes of like a powerhouse midfield, like a Vieira or a Yaya Toure, or, you know, someone who can proper bulldoze midfields. And he's got a really good dribble on him. He's got an eye for a pass. He can be creative in the final third. I think he's going to see a lot more minutes this season. You know, there's a reason he hasn't gone out on loan. Ange obviously really likes the player. Otherwise, we wouldn't have seen him in pre-season that often. So yeah, I think when I define Breakout Star, I don't think he's going to be, you know, a player of the season or anything like that. But he's going to have a lot of minutes. He's going to have an impact. There'll be games where we come away and go, wow, wasn't Sarr good? And he gets closer to being a first-team player in the next few years. So yeah, Papa Matt Sarr is my Breakout Star, and that rhymes, so I quite like that as well. Now, my next category, will Tottenham win a trophy? This is tricky. So we obviously have not got European football. We will be obviously focused on the league and finishing as high as we can. But then we have got a good chance with the Carabao Cup and FA Cup to do something, because I think Ange Postecoglu is going to treat the cup competition seriously. I think he'll play strong teams. He obviously wants to win. He's got a bit more motivation than Antonio Conte did. You know, Antonio Conte not playing Harry Kane against Sheffield United, I think, was his biggest mistake last season, more than the Champions League exit or anything like that. So will we win a trophy? I'm going to go with no, because I think we'll go far in them. I don't think we're ready to win a trophy just yet. Maybe in a couple of years under Ange, if Ange stays, hopefully, and does well. But I still think we're a year off. I think no European football helps, but I just can't envision it. I think I'm so separated from Tottenham and trophies because it's been so long that I'm going to say no. Because if I say yes, this will get clipped and go everywhere. So I'm going to say no, and hopefully this one also comes back to bite me on the bottom. Next one, will Ange Postecoglu be sacked? Now, I've seen a lot of people saying he's going to be gone by Christmas. He's not good enough, of neutral fans. I don't think he's going to be sacked. I actually think Tottenham are going to be patient this year. They're going to give him time. If we're sitting like 8th or 9th, 10th by Christmas, but show like actual promise and good play, I still think that Levy's going to have faith with him, because I don't see where we go from here if we do sack him. Like, what other managers are out there? You know, we've been on wild goose chases the last couple of seasons trying to get managers. So I just can't see it happening. I want to give him time. I think he comes across great. I think he's a really awesome bloke. Like, he put his arm around you, but he'll tell you if you need to improve. Perfect coach. Even Harry Kane has enjoyed working with him so far, and you know, we all know about Harry Kane's future. So I'm going to go with he's not going to be sacked. My rogue prediction of the season. Now, this could be about anything. It could be about a result. It could be about a run of fixtures. Anything. My rogue prediction, I don't know how rogue this really is, I think we're going to improve our form against the big six sides tenfold. Like, I can see us going away to teams and actually giving them a game this time and not being, you know, absolutely annihilated because we're sitting back. I think we could go to other stadiums and actually pick up some results. I think our home form is going to improve as well. That's not a rogue prediction. I think that's just due to happen. So, as a rogue prediction, I really think we're going to improve against the big six. But the only issue with that is this one could really come back to bite me, because I can put the season before stats up and this, and then I'll look at them and go, what have I just done? So I'm just going to go for that. And my final category is the story of the season. So what I've done for this is I've mapped out how I think the season is actually going to go. And here it is. So I think we're going to start off quite slowly. I think the players are going to get used to how Ange plays and his style. And we know from his time at Celtic and his other clubs, it does take time. He doesn't get off to winning ways straight away. So I think the first month or so, we're going to be finding our feet. And by the time we get to Christmas, I think it will start clicking together. We'll look quite promising. We'll be sitting in a nice enough position, but at no threat of relegation, hopefully. And then towards the end of the season, I think we'll peter out a little bit and we'll finish in that 6th spot because, you know, we're going to be scoring more goals and creating more chances. So that would be my story of the season. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your answers for all your Tottenham predictions in all the categories I have named? Who is your flop of the season? Where are we going to finish? Who will be the top goal scorer, top assist, and all that lovely stuff? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be reading them and replying and having a little debate, because that's what it's all about. I'm really excited for the season, so let's get at it. But before I go there, I said I was going to show you my Premier League table, and here it is on screen right now. Some rogue shouts, I know, but I'm quite confident that I've got quite the bottom half right. Tottenham have obviously put 5th instead of 6th. And, you know, my bold predictions are the likes of Aston Villa, Newcastle, and Brighton might fall off a little bit. And obviously Manchester City are going to win the league. But let me know as well what you think of my Premier League table. And if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel. I'm very much looking forward to this season on Sonny Talks Spurs. There's going to be so much Tottenham Hotspur content. So definitely subscribe to the channel and join in on all this Tottenham fun. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Ciao.